Hi guys, good afternoon. Gonna have to go real quick to get through this in 10 minutes, but hope you guys are doing great and I'll talk to you all before I leave the country. Just jumping right into the financial report, just want you to look to the far left side if you could. I don't know if you can even see this, the far left side at the very bottom. I've highlighted in yellow here on this piece, but you'll notice the 10% prior to end of the month giving to operating, African trip admin transfer to operational fund, and immersion transfer to operating fund. The transfer is from the money that was in immersion, as from the last board meeting that we transferred into operating. And then the African trip admin fee, we realized that we had never transferred out the admin fee that we charge every one of the impact team members. It was still in the East African fund, hadn't been transferred over to general ops because we have that built into the budget to help cover operations. So we transferred that over. And then 10% is of anytime Lance will anybody raises their personal support, 10% of all funds goes to general ops for admin fee. And so we transferred their 10% that hadn't been transferred in yet in the last 2 quarters. So we've got that transferred in as well. So you'll notice that we're at $2,386.99. One other thing I want, and that's in general ops, we're really looking at that. We need more, obviously. That's not, but we're in the black. So praise the Lord for that. We're over in East Africa. You'll notice we have 22,846. Most of that's from the Run for the Cause. However, 6,400 of that was donated specifically towards Kennedy and the staff in Uganda. One donor that was on the impact team this last year stepped up and helped Kennedy get a raise of $200 a month through this school year, as well as hired 3 interns that he'll be able to use as deputies for the ministry between now and next summer, which is exciting. So we'll talk more about that later, but just wanted you to know those are the details on that report. Okay, office relocation. It is, I don't want to say, last night, 6 o'clock, I finally got the meeting from the Pastor Samoan Church over there in Gladstone, where, they bought the Wycliffe campus. We're looking to partner with them. I would still be willing to do it, but I can't keep camping there. They're too wishy-washy, and they're great people. They're mom and pop, and he's got a board of 4, committee people he's trying to get moving, and for 2 weeks they've been trying to make a decision and they can't. And first of all, they're going to do it in 4 years. Now they're going to do it in 2 years. Now they think they're going to remodel it in a year and a half. I don't know what's going to happen. So he wants me to contact him when I get back from Uganda and see about going forward. Well, I need to move it ahead by then. So if I've just released that property, if he tells me when I get back in November, oh yeah, here, sign here, we're $500 a month, we want you to have a $2,500 or 25 square foot building, and we want you to do it for 3 to 4 years. Okay, great, we'll go for it and we'll know then. But I can't wait. I gotta have things in motion. So we're moving ahead with a couple other opportunities. The one in Wilsonville and Lake Oswego are pretty weak. They're referrals of referrals, and I think they're more looking to be a landlord than they are looking to be a partner. And we're really not looking for a landlord because we can get that. I can just call a realtor or drive down the road anywhere and get lease all over the place. So that's really not what we're looking for. Based on our size and budget, we're looking for a partner. So one partner, US Digital, you have that download as well. So you can look at that and read up on it. It's very interesting. They approached me. I know the gal that's running that program. US Digital bought the Nautilus building in Vancouver. The owner was convicted. You can read about it and the website. That he had too much resource, wanted to use it for the kingdom. So he took a third of their campus, maybe it's a quarter, 1/4 of their campus, and turned it into what they call the Outreach Center. Over 22 ministries are housed there now, and it's almost free. It's like, I think it costs $100 a year per office, that you have, and they supply everything. The downfall is it's Vancouver, and that is a big downfall. When you look at quality of life and travel and where the team's located, it took us 40 minutes one way to get there. So I'll update you more, but we have made it through the first phase, and they've asked us to present, and are just waiting actually for me to give them a report from our meeting with Samoan Church yesterday, and they're ready to go forward. They only have 2 offices available right now, 2 100 square foot offices, but they will have more in February, and then they would expand us in February, March, April of next year. So we'll see about that. Moving on, we do have some fixed assets we're trying to mobilize. Tumalo Lodge, you can go to tumalolodge.com. I'm actually just selling it under the Barisca, so they won't know, and we're just they'll never know. They'll never miss it. We're just selling. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, because of their graciousness of letting us use it in order to generate revenue for the ministry, we're really trying to promote tumalolodge.com, and we've sent some flyers out through our church and things like that to kind of generate community groups and people, groups to be able to rent that for their getaway. And so we're pushing that, and we've updated the site. You can check that out. Fabric, we've got some stuff from Hartman and Forbes we're trying to liquidate to make some funds, and the snowmobiles that were donated, which have been huge. They're going to be a huge blessing come November. We have a guy right now that stepped up to do all of the repairs and get them all fixed up. We're going to put about $600-700 into them, and then sell them in the trailer for profit. Probably realizing that in November, I'm hoping. Okay, let's see. Vandenberg trip schedule, I won't go over that. Just stick with me on the blog. There's going to be a lot happening. It's a busy trip as I leave this week. And I'm excited, by the way, about Lance going and being lead on that because he's going to be able to get a lot of stuff done ahead of time, in preparation. And he's going to be there for 4 weeks following me, just working with Kennedy, getting operations, stabilized there in East Africa, and just helping us bridge the communication and all of that, and just do some training. So it's going to be really good. Update on the blog. This week I will be blogging like a wild man, and it's going to happen for a couple weeks. I've been preparing, getting ready, as we talked about in our last meeting, where I'm going to start weekly blogging the video. I've done a couple practices, and I think I'm good to go. So we're going to start this week with the blogs, and I'll be blogging many more times than once a week over the next few weeks when I'm on the road. Revamping the website, I won't go into details on that, but look a little bit of the architecture and functionality. I mean, not revamp, really, it's gorgeous and it's great, but we're trying to help the functionality with the goal of telling the story. We got to tell the story, tell the story, tell the story. So that's what we're trying to do. So please, as you're on the site, give ideas, throw an email to us about this is what we'd like to have functionality, because remember, we just really revamped that. It was so bad before, and now it's great, but we just need to make it more user-friendly and functional. So we have upgraded our online giving that will launch next week. They're in the process of working on the back end of that now. It was clunky. We didn't like the way that it approached it. It just wasn't good, so we're advancing that. And in the next week or two, we'll have a bookstore live on there. It should launch when I'm in Uganda, and then we'll also have jewelry for sale on there with the story about how that jewelry came about from our work in Uganda. I've also given you a CVI that's downloaded, so I'm just moving on to that. I only have a couple minutes, but you guys will get that download. The Taylor protocols, they talk about it as an employment pre-selection science, but really it has been a great science for understanding team members and how they interact together. It's different than a DISC. I mean, I love the DISC and I think that's important, but it really allows you to be able to see how that temperament interacts and that persona interacts within a team function. So I encourage you guys, if you would want to be a part of I would love every board member to take the CVI. I think it would help us a lot, but it's $50 a pop. I can't do it right now, but it would financially, it would be a benefit. I mean, if you want to put the money out, I can get it set up through Larry to have it done. It's been very helpful in self-discovery and just kind of seeing those strengths and how they interact. So anyway, enough of that. You can look. I think it's important for you to see on there how it talks about me as a leader. I'm definitely a merchant builder, and it helps for you to check that out. I'm closing up to my 10-minute time here, so I'm probably going to have to do one more video that just kind of closes off about I couldn't quite get it in 10 minutes. So I tried. I'm at 9 minutes and 30-some seconds, but I've got about 3 or 4 minutes left of stuff to process through. So I'll close this video down, and then I will, if you can click the next video, we'll finish up. Thanks, guys.